everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of the Tottenham Way with Tottenham Hotspur. Today, we travel to the Johan Cruyff Arena to take on Ajax in one of Tottenham's most memorable moments of recent times. Comes back in to the picture. No Lucas Moura tonight, no knockout phase of the Champions League, but a chance to potentially put one foot in the knockout stages. But first we must rewind to our game following the win at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I nearly said Goodison Park. As we beat Brighton by 5-0. Strand Larsen finally breaking his duck after 11 games without a goal. Danso, Xavi and Brennan Johnson from the penalty spot. But I wish we'd saved one for the trip to the Vitality as we drew 0-0 with Bournemouth. And that is our fourth consecutive 0-0 draw with that opposition. So it means we drop behind the Arsenal once again, but we are a point off the top as it stands. Liverpool level on points with us, a goal better off as our goal difference has improved following that win over Brighton. Manchester City are 3 points behind us, 4 points behind are Aston Villa. They've had a good run of form. Newcastle, massive gap to them in 6th place. Chelsea finally up into the top 10. Manchester United are still 14th, but Leeds United have got 2 wins since we've last been together, coupled with 2 defeats for Bristol City. They are now level on points with one another. As we look to join Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in securing at least a playoff spot tonight, with a win, we might go top of the table. Depends on the goal difference, but we will see what happens there. As Manchester City moved up into 6th after a win on Tuesday. Liverpool are in to the top 8 now at Arsenal's expense. Aston Villa are in 17th. Chelsea are in 22nd. Ajax have 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat from the league phase so far, currently in 15th place. Hopefully we can make that all round, but we'll see what happens. So here are the 2 starting lineups as Rakovic starts in goal for Ajax. Nono, Iratu, Sotilo, Bass, Busuma, Taylor, Godis, Golok, Edvardsen, with Dolberg leading the line for them as we start with Nobel in goal. Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Bard, Asani, Gallagher, Bergval, Kulusevski, Kudus, with Dominic Solanke leading the line. And what a night it was the last time we were in Amsterdam. What a turnaround. Sadly, none of the players are left behind, but Hans Postecoglou is in charge of Ajax, folks. That adds a little bit of a caveat that I didn't know until just now. As we look to beat Ajax in the Champions League, there is the league table. And hopefully we can pick up a win against our former manager now as well. Crikey, things do get thrown up in this competition. We head to the Amsterdam Arena. As I mentioned, one of Tottenham's most memorable European nights. As we came from a goal down in the first leg, 2-0 down on the night, and Lucas Moura scoring a hat-trick and scoring one in added time to take us through to the Champions League final against Liverpool. The less said about that one, though, the better. What a night that was, by the way, against Ajax. I was watching it with some friends, and I was on a chair that reclined, and I have no idea how I got to my feet. Absolutely none. When Lucas Moura scored the equaliser, or the goal that put us in front on the night, to take us through on aggregate. Much like Brennan Johnson, he will be a folk hero forevermore. Will Lucas Moura. This ball goes up the line. Mickey van der Ven coming across and dealing with it. We're in the black kit tonight. I'm in the kit we wore that night in Ajax, in Amsterdam. Because memories. Dolberg with the shot. Good block by Cristian Romero. And it started how it did that night, to be fair. Ajax having all of the ball. And move on. Oh, I was going to say, kept it in play. Well done. Kudus out on the left-hand side today to make way for Kulusevski as the ball goes wide to him. Old whingy bollocks here. Let's see if he can do anything as Conor Gallagher forces a good save from the goalkeeper. Do some of them have undershorts on? Looks like it. I mean, it looks like they're wearing long johns, doesn't it? It's not that cold, surely. I mean, it is December. As the ball goes through, it's a good recovery from Pedro Porro. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Crikey. Wasn't that bad a challenge. Just seemed to dawdle on the ball. Into Glock. Onto Gallagher. Solanke intercepts. And Gallagher picks up the loose one. Plays it on to Kulusevski. Needs somebody inside the penalty area, ideally. Solanke has arrived. Pedro Porro also on the edge. Goes for the low drive. Conor Gallagher fires it over the bar. It's hard to remember. It's a long time ago now. Some of these things, they jump straight to the forefront of your memory. But yeah, that doesn't. Kulusevski dancing away. Trying to find a ball into the penalty area. Looking for Lucas Bergvall. Heads it over the bar. Unlucky. As the ball goes down the field. Porro with a good chest down. In towards Romero. Porro again into midfield for Gallagher. Around the corner for Kulusevski. Go on. Take him on, Dejan. Gallagher. Trying to feed it through, is he? No. Going all on his own again. Drives it low. Forces a save low this time for the goalkeeper. But we are starting to make the chances. Hopefully we will eventually take one. As the ball goes forward. To Goddess. Up against Bard. Keep him there, Melvin. If you wouldn't mind. Ball into the penalty area. Pedro Porro clears it away. Can we pick up the second ball? We can't. We can't pick up the ball down either. Dolberg in towards Edwardson. In towards Nuno. Don't let Basuma have any influence on this game, please. As the ball goes into the penalty area. And it's a good block as we eventually scramble it away. But behind for a corner. It's a corner to Ajax as Milan equalise. Chelsea weren't in front for very long. Ball into the penalty area. Headed over the bar. Ajax are taking the game to us, apparently. I don't, you'd expect them to. They're at home. Ball back with the goalkeeper. Sent long down the field. Now starting to find a bit more space now. I would say that definitely. That's not a foul. Fair enough. Bergvall on the turn. Can't find Solanke. Need to look after it more than you are. Mickey van der Ven. I mean, he stuck an elbow out, Mickey van der Ven. Kasper Dolberg will certainly know he was there. All the goals are flying in elsewhere. Nothing coming so far from us. Mickey van der Ven might look to change that. As he plays the ball into Kudus. Been pretty quiet since he got the yellow card. Trying to dance inside. Now, same treatment should be given by the referee? No. Okay, I mean, it's the same thing as what happened earlier. Even in Europe, we can't get the consistency. Pedro Porro has the free kick, but it is a long way out. He ain't going to shoot, obviously. They're going to work the angle. I mean, it's got to go into the box now. As Bergvall gets the shot in, and that is a beauty! From, oh, he might be offside. He might be denied what would be an absolute belter. And VAR are going to check it. And the goal has been given. What a strike by Lucas Bergvall. This is, I tell you what, he nearly takes the net off. Goodness me. Off the underside of the bar. And even comes out and hits the goalkeeper. And that might be a short, that one. As that is half time. And that is what we deserved from that first half, I think. Did we have more shots on target? We did. Didn't have more shots than Ajax have had. But we have definitely had the better of the final part of the first half. Delighted with the performance. Keep it up. Second half on the way. And hopefully this will set us up nicely for the North London derby that's going to come next time. I'll tell you what, that title race in the Premier League is getting very interesting. As we're nearly at half distance. As Goddess has the corner for Ajax to try and get them level in this one. Ball into the penalty area. Headed away. Come out with it, Tottenham. Don't sit in. It's not what we do. As the ball goes to Taylor. Plays it in. Not over the bar. In towards Romero. On towards Pedro Porro. In towards Kulusevski. What's he on? 7. Kulusevski at the moment. Not really having an impact, but I don't think anyone really has at this point. As Pedro Porro with the ball inside the penalty area. Finds Kulusevski. Gets the shot away. Saved by the goalkeeper. I mean, apart from Lucas Bergvall, of course. Bergvall driving forward. Aston Villa have a second goal against Porto. That will do their chances of qualification no harm at all. As Kudus picks the ball up on the left. Coming back inside. Swings it over. Looking for Kulusevski at the far post. Picked up by Conor Gallagher. Might drive it towards goal. Does drive it low. Good save for the goalkeeper. Had to tip it wide. It was going in. As we look to find this second goal and kill any resistance that Ajax might have at this point to being beaten. We'll see what happens in the final half an hour or so. It's gone very differently to the last time we were here. So we took the lead tonight. Oh! And got us. I mean, he's surely got to go in the book for that. I mean, you might even want to have a look at that to change it to a red one. Right, we're going to have a look at the change as we come to the hour. It's my usual procedure. So we're going to take off Azani at this point for Pat Matassar, just to inject a bit of oomph into middle of the park, and then we're going to take off Kudus as well. He's on a yellow card for Xavi to come on in his place, and he would have received a hot reception, having been a former PSV player. Ball into the centre. Dolberg surrounded, but Solanke loses out. Fitzjim. Ball, there we go. Solanke brings him down, doesn't matter. We can deal with the free kick in the centre of the park. Ange Postecoglou doesn't believe in set pieces, so we should be fine, theoretically. Taylor with the ball into the penalty area, headed away. Dolberg with the free kick. 22 minutes to play. Goes for a direct shot. Good save from Nubel. I think he had it covered all the way, but you need to save it. Oh, okay. No, he needs treatment. Oh, good lord. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's a potential arm injury. The keeper's coming off. Suzuki's going to come on. We'll make a couple of other changes while we're here as well. Strand Larsen's going to come on for Solanke. We're going to take off Kulusevski, and it's going to be Brennan Johnson time. Do we take off anybody else, or do we save one? No, we'll save us up for a little bit later. We're going to have to deal with this corner with Nubel still in goal, and thankfully he doesn't have to save it, but he did put his arm up. Your arms are quite important as a keeper. Strand Larsen has got the ball. Switch the play. Does to Brennan Johnson. Driving inside the penalty area. Can he pick out a teammate? He's got to come back on himself. Finds Pedro Porro. Finds Patsar. Cleared away. Into the final 15 minutes we go. Be careful, Mickey van der Ven. I think he was careful there, to be brutally honest. Van der Ven swinging it wide, looking for Xavi. Ball inside. Needs a runner. Needs somebody to show for him. Bard does eventually do that and gets beyond his man. Plays it into the penalty area. Oh, headed wide. Unlucky Xavi. Not known for his heading, but that would have gone down like a fart in a lift at the Ajax arena. In towards Romero. Crossfield to Van der Ven. Wide looking for Bard. Up the lane. It's not the greatest of balls. Might use that final substitution in a minute. Probably for Lucas Bergvall. We'll see. Might change my mind before I make it. Don't tend to, but you never know. Dolberg picks it up. Ball to Traore. Driving inside the penalty area. Come inside. Good save. Corner. Well done, Suzuki. Johnson. Trying to find a ball into the centre. Goes low. OG. Off the goalkeeper. Own goal again. Ole, ole. Thanks to Brennan Johnson. Again, ole, ole. And that is going to be the points coming back to London with us. It's a good bit of interchange. Johnson does what Johnson does. He was doing it most under Ange Postecoglou, to be fair. Driving it across the front of goal. Back of the net, off the goalkeeper, off the defender as well. It's a calamity for Ajax. And that should be qualification for at least the playoffs secured tonight. With the two games we've got left to play, with Paris Saint-Germain and Benfica, that's a weight off my mind at least. We don't go into the final two games like we did last season, needing to win both of them. We have had a very good run in the Champions League to this point. Behind for a corner. As Baz picks it up. Plays it on. Pedro Porro doing really well again. Pressing high, winning the ball back. Johnson again. for 3-0. Ball towards Conor Gallagher. It is 3-0. Well, well, well. I mean, we've got 3 in Amsterdam again. This time, not by one man, but certainly Brennan Johnson has had an influence off the bench as the ball ends up in the back of the Ajax net, thanks to number 24, Conor Gallagher. Or will we have time for one more? One more would be nice. I mean, it's been a great away performance thus far. To get one more would be very nice indeed. To not concede one would be very nice as well. As it could come down to goal difference for Ajax. It could come down to goal difference for us. So, you know, a couple more in the onion bag for us tonight is quite good. Aston Villa lead Porto. We'll see how it all shakes out at the end of match day 6 in about 2 minutes as the ball comes into the penalty area. Traore might get a shot away. It's blocked again. And the defensive line has been superb tonight. Trying to keep the clean sheet. Ball towards the back stick. Down for a penalty. And bang goes the clean sheet. Although Newbell did save a penalty against Brighton most recently. How will Suzuki handle it? It's going to be a penalty. I don't even know why they're checking it. Stay with the on-field decision. Pedro Porro with the challenge. Not booked, which is good. Otherwise he will face a suspension. But Suzuki is waving his arms. Something chronic. Bruce Guabala-esque. Ask your parents. Ball into Taylor. Can we make the save? No. And Ajax pull one back. Now if you pull another one back, then that will be history repeating itself. They're not that bothered about picking up the ball, but Ajax do have a goal in the 88th minute. Suzuki dives the wrong way. Ajax 1, Tottenham 3. And that is job done for us. Strand Larsen's got the ball. Bergvall into Papsar. Looking wide for Johnson. Can he find Pedro Porro? Will Pedro Porro venture further forward? No, he'll play Johnson in instead. Can he get beyond the man? He can get beyond the man. Tries to find Xavi at the far post. Goalkeeper tips it away and eventually picked it up at the second attempt. As we enter the final throes of this one, Suzuki will take his time. Will he be needed for the North London derby? I hope maybe not, but he's done all right, to be fair, since he's come on. Had stuff to deal with, because he had no chance with the penalty, because he went completely the wrong way. But we win in Amsterdam by 3-1. We beat Ange Postecoglou. And we record another win in the Champions League, and we take a step closer to qualifying in the top 8. So there were quite a few goals around as we beat Ajax, Aston Villa beat Porto, Arsenal drew with Copenhagen, Fenerbahce beat Benfica, Lille beat Feyenoord, Marseille drew with Juventus, Milan drew with Chelsea, and Napoli beat Lyon by 3-0. So worst case scenario, we are in the playoff round at the least at the moment. Back up into second. Behind Real Madrid, we are the 2 unbeaten sides, along with Arsenal, left in the competition. As Bayern Munich are in third, Atletico Madrid fourth, Barcelona, Milan, Manchester City and Arsenal make up the top 8. Liverpool in 9th. Inter have moved up a few places, as have Paris Saint-Germain, as have Napoli, as have Aston Villa and Lille as well. Not forgetting them. Benfica down a couple, Chelsea up a couple, as it all starts to get interesting. At the moment, Juventus are missing out on qualification. But that is not good coming from the treatment room for Alexander Newbell, out with a badly fractured lower arm. So that's 2 to 3 months he will be missing, which is a bitter blow. Jarrod Bowen also out at the moment. He will also miss the North London derby by quite some distance. So we'll come back next time around for a visit from them lot down the road as Arsenal make their way to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They lost the last time they were here. Conor Gallagher scored the only goal last season. Will lightning strike twice as the Premier League title race begins to heat up? Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.